Welcome to the MCLA National Championships, powered by the New Balance Lacrosse and sponsored by our official partners from Impact Canopy, Pearl Lacrosse Balls, Universal Lacrosse, and USA Lacrosse. This is Ryan Burns, and I'm joined by Patrick Franklin, and we're so excited for the second game today of this championship tournament. Patrick, going into this, what's on your mind? What do you think these goalies and players are thinking?
Man, I think they're thinking survive and advance. Both these teams experiencing, varying levels of success, some good times, some bad times throughout the season, but both of them coming into this game, playing some of their best lacrosse. And I'm just really excited to showcase some of these athletes as we see them come down for the opening face-off here.
Awesome. We've got the Cal Poly Mustangs coming in at 8-7, bringing on the Clemson Tigers, who have been 13-4, Clemson in white, Cal Poly in green. And this face-off is underway. Got a great 50-50 ground ball, and let's see who comes up with it. And it looks like it's going to be the Cal Poly Mustangs picking up the balls, number 4, Ryan Flaherty. We got a lot of excitement going on the sideline right now. Boys are buzzing. So Patrick, is there anyone in particular we want to be looking at right now for the Cal Poly Mustangs?
Yeah, for Cal Poly, it really flows through number 3, Luke Miko Lajewski. We're going to be referring to him as Miko as we learned from Coach Bobby DeBreo and the staff. Everybody refers to him as Miko, which we greatly appreciate because that's a real mouthful. But everything with this Cal Poly offense is going to flow through number 3 back there. He is a quarterback. He's going to find his guys, really balance between his scoring and his assisting. So look through a lot to flow through number 3 at X there as he goes to turn the corner instantly.
Wow, and he's someone who's just strong right there, pushing, really making an impact in this game, being guarded by number 3, Will Hurley for the Clemson Tigers. Dodge from number 2, Larry Hart. Mustangs gets it off to number 8. We've got about 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Deflected pass, and looks like Clemson's going to be picking up the ball. It's going to be a turnover on the Mustangs. Clemson, number 2, Garrett Brennan handling the ball.
This is Costin Pendleton coming out and moving early, lefty out of Vandergrift, Texas. So he's real close to home. He's got a crowd of fans out there over on the sideline ready to represent him.
Oh, and what a handle by number 2, Anthony DeNav, with a nice behind-the-back shot that's saved by Cal Poly. Excuse me, that was Garrett Brennan with a phenomenal snag and behind-the-back catch. We've got a beautiful day here in Red Rock, Texas. It's a little humid, warm, but it's a great wind. Looks like the refs are looking to get the shot clock adjusted. It's going to go 8 seconds. 80 seconds to the shot clock. We've got 20 seconds to get over the field. Looks like Cal Poly's able to make it over pretty easily. Number 21 for Cal Poly, Alex Pavis with the ball. It's off to 12, Brady DeGranas. There's an Irvine call being chanted by the Cal Poly Mustangs. And a sweep by number 21, Alex Pavis, still has the ball, gets it off to number 12. Now a dodge by 28, Jack Kramer. Back to 21, Alex Pavis. We've got Luke looking cross field to number 12, Brady, 15 seconds on the shot clock, and Clemson able to cause a turnover and bring that ball up. Mustangs with a pretty deep ride, allowing Clemson over the midline. Clemson's able to clear it through. Number 5 for Clemson with a shot, sails wide.
Yeah, Costin Pendleton getting underneath early, recognized that there was no slide support. Lefty usually likes to get over the top, but saw there was an angle there, got underneath, and actually got his own backup. Really good job to test this stingy Cal Poly defense early on.
That's a hustle play, and Patrick, I know you know a couple players out here. Who are our Texas locals?
So for the Clemson Tigers, we've got a few of them, or I should say a couple. Number 5 for Clemson is Costin Pendleton out of Vandergrift, Texas. I know his parents and family are up in the stands cheering them on. We've also got number 19 midfielder for the Clemson Tigers, Jacob Magelson out of Kincaid in Houston. So, and the last one for the Tigers would be Harrison Key out of Highland Park, Texas, the freshman, super athletic midfielder. See if he can make an impact on this game.
It's always fun to watch our youth players continue to play at the highest levels, and I have to imagine this is a proud coach moment for you right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And can't forget about Ryan Flaherty on Cal Poly, number 4 for them. He's going to be playing a little bit of defense, a little bit of transition, taking wings, leads the team in ground balls at 51. Absolute grinder of a kid, you know, jumps off the page and every single superlative you can talk about. So excited to see these guys, as well as a lot of other great kids compete this weekend.
I love it. We've got number 3 for Cal Poly, Luke Mikolajowski.
Miko,
excuse me. Miko, and that's a score by number 9, Maddie Tivola. 10-10 left in the half, left in the quarter.
Was that Tiovola, or was that?
I think that was number 9.
I guess there. Hard to see, can't see. They all group together, so usually you can get an indicator of who's getting dapped up the most. But good team unit, you know, they all got together and dapped each other up, so it's kind of a little bit harder to tell.
And Clemson Tigers, number 18, with a quick face-off draw win right there. That's Alec Frank, who's just a real specialist out there in the face-off unit. Now Clemson will set up. They're trailing 0-1 in the start of this game, about 5 minutes of play. Got 55 for Clemson. Sean Charchik looking over to 23. Hard dodge down the right side. Push through X. X looks to number 2. Garrett Brennan gets it up to number 5. Costin, and the shot sails wide. We hear a Virginia call from the bench. Let's see what this out-of-bounds play is. Patrick, you think we're going to look at any drawn-up play right here from the end line?
Oh, yeah. End line plays are incoming right now. I think it's great to try to see what you can get off the end line here. And looked like they got some picking going on the inside, trying to free a shooter up, create some confusion in there and curl off for a good look, but unfortunately not able to connect. Here's Pendleton bearing down the pipe with a behind-the-back shot, just a little bit wide. And here's Ryan Flaherty picking up the ball and moving in transition out of Westlake High School. Talking with Coach Bobby DeBrea before the game, head coach for Cal Poly, mentioned that the necessity to be intentful and make great decisions, both in between the boxes, but more importantly, within 6-on-6 offense. He feels good about his guys. They've battled a lot of adversity this year, and they've been able to generate some goal-scoring opportunities as number 11, Dominic Tragesser goes and winds up for a nice shot. The captain, he's shooting a couple early. Let's see if he can find the back of the net, the lefty.
I love that look by Dominic right there. But number 3, Luke Miko, driving from behind. Wow.
Yeah, Miko looking for Maddie Toivola inside. You'll see a lot of cohesion between these three.
And a ride right there by Miko. We talk about the cohesion of the offense, and It's shown on the ride. Looks like there's going to be a flag down right there. I missed that, Patrick. I don't know if you caught out what that was.
I did not, but what a great time for me to give my soapbox speech about the importance of getting the ball on cage. You have a free play here. We want to make sure we can test the goalie just like you would. And they're going to call a ward, but whenever there's a flag down, you've got a free chance to test the goalie, very similar to if you have an offside in football, trying to make that free play and go for the end zone. Would like to see them generate a goal-scoring chance there, but award. So possession will be with Cal Poly on the man up with 7:39 left here in the half. We got a 30-second technical coming up, and let's see what this man-up offense looks to get going.
Now looking at the stat sheet here, we've got senior number 11 Dominic Tregasser with 31 goals coming into this. We've got Luke Miko with 28 coming into this, and those are our 2 highest point scorers. Patrick, what do you think? Are we going to see shots from them right now?
Oh, we're going to see something. I think they're going to get some action. They're starting out of a 1-3-2, but look for them to pull this crease guy off and change their shape to make it tough on.
Oh, wow. That's a sneaky little play right there by Maddie Toivola. We're having some fun with names here. To all the families watching, we appreciate your support. It's amazing to watch your kids play from however young in youth they were playing to now playing at the highest level of collegiate lacrosse. We're back to 6-on-6 play. Clemson trailing by 1 in the first quarter. Got 60 seconds on the shot clock right now and a full offensive unit. Patrick, talking about the cohesion of an offense, what do you think is going to need to happen for Clemson to start putting some goals in the back of the net?
Clemson is made up a little bit differently this Cal Poly team. They've got a number of really, really good athletes that want to create an isolation and then work the ball to the backside out of flow of play. They've got multiple guys that can really attack the goal, as you see here. They have success with getting the drawing one slides, but it'll be a factor with this great team defense that Cal Poly has to see if they can start to wear them down by dodging, attacking, and moving the ball to initiate matchups on the backside against reapproaching players, as we see none other than number two Garrett Brennan, leading point scorer for Clemson Tigers, turning the corner from X, and here's Jacob Magelson with a dart right off the left hip of the goalie for Cal Poly here, and they'll get the rebound.
We have a Cal Poly defenseman who was grasping his ribs earlier. I hope he's okay. Looks like he's going to be able to walk off the field on his own as the Mustangs are able to transition their defensive unit. We have a new shot clock right now, so 80 fresh seconds for the Clemson Tigers as they look to even the score. They're trailing 0-1, 6 minutes left in the quarter. Now Clemson has some real offensive threats here, starting with number 2, Garrett Brennan, who has 73 points coming into this game. We see Brennan with a hard dodge there, and a shot bounces over the cage, but it will stay Clemson ball.
Clemson's got a deep roster, but they like their first group. You'll see a heavy dose of the 6 guys we got on the field here today, and we'll be calling a lot of their names multiple times should they be able to break down this good Cal Poly defense. But a turnover here, unfortunately, right over the top of the cross of Jacob Magelson. Let's see if the Mustangs can push something in transition or if they'll slow it down.
Mustangs talking about the fact that they have number 19, Jacob Magelson, trapped on their offensive side of the field. Sounds like they've done some scouting of their own and are recognizing an offensive midi and possibly a little chink in the armor of the Clemson's defense.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes for him. Jacob Magelson is what we would call a meat stick, so I know I wouldn't want to dodge him, but maybe spending a little bit less time on the defensive end, so it might be the actual matchup. I'm not, let's wait and find out. They'll isolate here.
Number 8, Wesley Elliott with the dodge from the right side and a shot.
Nice first step.
Yeah, so quick. Get the defense thinking, and he must have hit a player right there. Number 12 for the Mustangs. Brady DeGranis passes up to number 2, Larry Hart. We've got 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Hart with a big shot. I don't see a reset of the shot clock or anything, so I imagine they drop the ball in the corner. Or throw it to the other side of the field.
The thought process there is that it forces Clemson to have to go and get the ball so that Cal Poly can get themselves some time to set up their ride. You see right now Cal Poly dropping into a 3-3 zone ride. They're trying to create a wall at the midfield line and say, no, 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 you're not getting past this, and stop any transition that the Clemson Tigers may have the ability to create. Yeah,
you're going to watch the Mustangs really start to slough to that right side of the field, the far side of the field.
And again, that Cal Poly ride coming into play.
Huge ride right there. That's what we used to run for Arizona State. And a great save right there by Clemson's goalie, Danny Label. Wow. Actually, I thought for sure after such a hard ride.
That's my mistake, actually. It's going to be Calvin Anulis.
Oh, excuse me, Calvin Anulis. What a save. Freshman goalie coming in clutch right there.
Love the sweatpants. Love the sweatpants by the young goalie. You got to create some surface area for some extra saves with those baggy sweats. Also saves the knees when you go and sprawl out on some of this turf that may be a little bit more painful than natural grass.
I think he dug pretty deep there, so the sweatpants definitely came in handy.
Absolutely,
we'll see if they continue to help. Oh, I really like that take by number 10, William Cicerelli. That's another big body out there. I love the term meat sticks because, man, you can tell these seniors by the time they get there, they've been working out, putting the time in the weight room, and it makes a huge difference. Not only do you have some more mental fortitude, but when you have the physicality to back that up, it creates a lot of confidence in these players. And a big lefty sweep right there.
Oh, looking to roll back, but unfortunately left the stick. Nice little takeaway check there by Cal Poly.
Yeah, that's freshman LSM Will Rico's 38 ground balls on the year. He's in the top 10 of Cal Poly's ground ball unit, so you know he's been working hard all year round. Oh my gosh, excellent fake by number 3, Nico. And it looks like he found number 11, Dominic Tragasser, right there at the back of it.
Tragasser with his second of the game. Really good to see the big fella getting going early. And, you know, as a righty, you always love.
And actually, maybe the goal was Jack Kramer. We're going to have to verify who got that goal right there. I was just so enthralled with that assist. You can tell Miko just draws so much attention. Everyone was on him. Yeah, it was number 29 with the goal. That was Aiden Tooley. He's our freshman. Tool.
Come on.
I'm going to give him Tooley.
We got to coach you by the end of this weekend, Ryan. You don't know any Irish people?
We're going to give him Tooley right there. Great job, Tool, to the freshman. Putting some points on the board in his first ever MCLA National Championship weekend. And again, that's powered by New Balance Lacrosse and sponsored by some amazing sponsors.
Yeah, can't say enough about Impact, Canopy, Pearl Lacrosse balls, Universal Lacrosse, and USA Lacrosse.
Oh my gosh, that's number 9 to number 3 with the connection. Maddie Tavola to Luke Miko. 2:06 left in the first quarter. And it has been nothing but Cal Poly so far. Patrick, if you're Clemson right now, how important is this face-off?
It's big, and Clemson should share the majority of the percentage from the face-off X. They've had success all year from that position, and that's something that, you know, talking with Coach Bobby DeBrea over at Cal Poly, they want to make sure that they can make it as gritty as possible because they know how good not only the starter, but both face-off guys, the entire face-off crew, and wing play is from Clemson. And they think they're going to try to have to get possessions back in both clears and then also making good decisions within riding the ball back. So look for Clemson to get this possession here and get going and try to get back on track.
So clutch right there, and great to see Clemson, because we want to battle. We had a great match between the Florida Gators and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And we're expecting just another back-and-forth battle, Clemson, Cal Poly.
And there's Magelson. He's a volume shooter. He's going to try to get probably something close to 10 to 12 shots in this game. And while not everyone will fall, it will certainly bake in an understanding that I am a big dog and I'm going to try to go get mine and get to the rack.
Hoof, hoof.
Roof, roof, indeed. There's
Oh
Costin
my
Pendleton on the question mark
gosh.
dodge. Just beautiful stuff right there.
And our boy out of Texas is the second leading point scorer for Clemson. You can see why. He's fearless as he dodges that far pipe, gets a great question mark, sails it a little wide, but great backup by Clemson. And we've got number 55 for Clemson with a re-dodge. Great slide by Cal Poly. Looks high to Costin, and we move to number 19, Jacob Magnuson, and it slips through his stick as Cal Poly looks to clear. They've got 10 seconds to get it over the midfield, and a great handle right there by number 10, Dominic Costa, senior defensive midi. He's knowing his role. Patrick, when we get to the national championship, how important are the depth of the rosters and each player playing their respective roles no matter where they are on the depth chart?
Well, it's vital, you know. One of the most important things in any relationship is clear direction. Well, big stop there. Big stop by the freshman. It's important to have clear direction, to clear lines of communication, understanding your roles so that everyone else knows what to expect. It's when guys get outside of those normal zones of operation that things begin to get a little bit more muddled and you see a little more confusion. Cal Poly on the same page here, and they're taking advantage of a tight-knit group, and they're making sure that they are taking advantage of the ride. That's their third ride that they've gotten a failed clear on to generate another possession for their team.
15 seconds! 15!
Short time here in the quarter.
10 seconds left in the quarter. 5 seconds about. And we'll see if Miko's able to get a shot off and sails it a little wide. We had 3 Clemson Tigers just assaulting Miko right there. And that's going to be the end of our first quarter of lacrosse. We have the Cal Poly Mustangs leading the Clemson Tigers 3-0. Patrick, what are your thoughts after this first quarter of lacrosse?
Well, if I'm Coach DeBreo from Cal Poly, it couldn't have gone any better for me and my club in the first quarter there. I mean, you talk about being buttoned down, having a presence. You look over at that bench, every single man, getting hyped up, getting fired up for their teammates, and you can see that energy on the field, both in the ride and in the transition game. But what's been really impressive for me is all 3 goals from the Mustangs have been assisted goals. You know, it's sometimes over a little bit cheesy, a little bit cliche to say we play for one another, we play unselfishly, but it's being embodied on the field by this Mustangs team. I got goosebumps right here, free of charge. You know, it's pretty powerful. We're only 1 quarter in. I'm really excited to see what happens going down the stretch here.
I think that shows you if these teams are going to go all the way, they have to play as a team. It's not an individual effort. Yeah, you've got some of these Mustangs with big points on the scoreboard, but it's every single person buying in to whatever mantra the team has right now. Traditionally, Cal Poly's always been a competitive team. I think this is Clemson's first time to the tournament, and you have to expect that they're going to try to impact some of that team mentality as well. We know they have some big shooters, but they're in a place where you win 1 or 2 face-offs right now and get some in the back of the net. They're in the match. Anything can happen here, and that's what we see at the highest levels of lacrosse. There's so much reliant on these young men testing themselves and really providing the best performance of their lives.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, you know, when you think about the roots of lacrosse and why this game was created, to develop young men, you know, and simulate things that you can't necessarily do in terms of wartime games, war games. There's also, you know, in terms of the creators game, there's also the medicine game. We'll get a little bit into that later, but it's such a great sport because it causes people to have to read and react and deal with adversity and make good decisions, and it provides enough physicality. We have to have some of these physical traits as well, and it's, you know, you could be any single type of person and have success as long as you're using that discipline and being skilled and doing some of the things that are really apparent in the game of lacrosse. So really cool to see these teams compete, and I'm excited to see, you know, talking to Coach Grubb before the game, he talked about for Clemson lacrosse, for them it's all about being accountable to your teammates and
Love
doing
it.
your job. So what a great way to impact that by being down by 3 goals here and having to make some really good decisions going forward. You're in the hole. Let's see if we can be accountable and do our job, be accountable to our teammates, and really, play our ball here in the second quarter.
I think that's one of my favorite things with lacrosse is accountability and integrity. It's something that we preach to all our players, and we hear it all levels. I started a podcast, Lacrosse Leadership Institute, and the coaches at every single level, they always talk about that respect, integrity, accountability. Do what you say you're going to do and know your role. Tom Brady says it all the time also. It's know what your job is, do your job as best as you can, and whether you're the scorer, you're the cheerer on the bench, everything is so important. And a huge north-south dodge by number 2, Larry Hart. Wow, just bounced off freshman goalie, number 38, Calvin Anulis for Clemson. I think this ball's going to stay in. What do you think, Patrick?
Good job on the initial play to keep the ball in play.
Oh, my gosh.
What a gritty ground ball there by number 25 for the Clemson Tigers, Evan Doherty.
He's not done yet. There's going to be a lot of pulls chasing him down, and that's where you dig deep and you have to finish off your defensive run. Get that ball to your offensive ball holders, and let's get a little bit of possession. We've got 55 seconds left in the shot clock. Clemson trailing by 3.
Ryan, what a relief. We've got a clock on the other side of the field right now.
Oh, my goodness.
We've been flying blind this morning, but now we're about to just put it together like Voltron, man. It's going to be unreal from here on out. 55 bearing down the pipe for Clemson, starting an offense, getting it through X.
Shout out to Matt Holman for putting on such an excellent tournament, really leading a lot of amazing volunteers on the operational side of this for the MCLA tournament. Truly, it's not a one-man show. There's 50 to 100 volunteers out here right now trying to make the best experience for these players because they've worked their entire lives to make it to this tournament. They've worked tireless summers, years of good teams and bad teams, and now they're at the pinnacle of their sport at the club level, which is truly incredible.
Absolutely, and flag down. Looks like Cal Poly is going to have a man down situation. See if Clemson can get themselves going offensively. Getting this extra man opportunity, they'll be able to, draw some action from the opposing team.
I would have liked to seen.
We got a slash.
Like to see a little bit more of a push there on the Clemson side of things. I hope that everyone recognized that it was a man up. I didn't hear the coach or the bench signal that it was a man up opportunity. That was something we always used to do on the ASU team, is recognize and set up a play. If you have a free play, know who you want to have a one-on-one dodge with and create some cuts on the backside. That discipline can be huge, and if Jeff Lorry's watching, that was a...
Oh my goodness. So Clemson started out in a 1-4-1. They've changed their shape into more of a 1-3-2 now, making it hard on Cal Poly to have to change their shape, generating a really good shot over the top for number 10.
Oh my goodness, an inside cut right there by 23 Clemson. Brad Sheffer, nice handle. Those are exceptionally hard. We've got about 25 seconds left in the penalty, and Clemson taking some good shots right there. That's number 19, Jacob Magnuson. Wow, that'll be his 34th point of the year, 24th goal as well. Truly incredible. Patrick, what do you attest to that goal right there?
Just patience within the man-up set, I think when you get into these bigger games, it's really tough for teams to settle in because everything is on the line and everything's contested at all times, but really good job from Clemson after, not getting a goal on their first time through, cycling it back through, being patient, and finding the big man on the step-down shooter, Jacob Magnuson. Good to see him getting going early.
If it's your first time in the tournament, it takes a little bit to catch your wheels, get your feet underneath you. Oh, but Cal Poly with an amazing response. Jack Kramer right there. Oh, excuse me. I think that's number 29, Aiden Toole with his second goal, the freshman midfielder. Incredible. That's going to be his third goal of the year And
second of the game.
Second of the game.
Well, we were talking about, it's critical that you maintain your role, but Toole just said, you know what? To heck with that. I'm going to put this thing on my back. I got an opportunity. He saw it, and he read it, and he took advantage. Man, what a fired-up team we got over here on our right.
Oh, man. One of my favorite things my coach at ASU, Chris Malone, used to say is, hey, you make it to the national tournament, you're much older than you currently are. If your stat sheet says freshman, no, you're a sophomore, or you're even a junior.
Well
You've got
said.
sophomores who are seniors. Everyone should be a senior at this point. Be composed, be cool, make things happen. And Aiden Toole, you, sir, are stepping up right now. Incredible to see. Clemson able to settle the ball down. They really need. They're trailing 4-1 right now in the second. We've got about 12 minutes left of this half. And Clemson's going to get a settled offensive attempt to make something happen.
Man, interesting to see. Coming to this game, we thought Clemson was going to have a really good command of the face-off X. Talking with both coaches, they were pretty insistent that it was going to come down to possession of the ball, and so far Cal Poly going toe-to-toe with Clemson at the face-off X as they control possession here in the clear. Let's see if they can capitalize the transition yet again. Oh. And look what I found. Maddie Toivola not able to control it, but again, that absolutely physical, ferocious ride from Cal Poly, creating some pressure on the Clemson Tigers.
And that's what we're looking for, is this just physicality from start to finish. Let's see if Clemson's able to get this clear.
Ground ball
Costin
secured.
Pendleton able to pick that up.
Got a 2-on-1 here.
Oh, found him on the backside. Huge save right there by goalie number 5, Tom Baccarizzo. Oh my goodness. That was massive. 2-on-1 on the backside, and Tom stands on his head.
It's going to take everything in me to not say baby got back every time he makes a save.
I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Hit or miss. I don't know how many times he's heard it, but I'd hope it's funny. We like to have fun.
Absolutely. Senior goalie has a 56% save percentage on the year. Obviously, he's a playmaker right now for the team. We've got about 10 minutes, 15 seconds left in this half of lacrosse. Cal Poly, number 8, Wesley Elliott, taking control of the right side as they work it on the backside. 28, shot from the inside, goal, Jack Kramer, sophomore midfield. That's going to be his 14th goal of the year, 17th point total. And we've got a Cal Poly bench that is up and cheering for one another. We're working right now on the shot clock, but the boys are ready to play. Patrick, do you have any stats on these face-offs right now?
Yeah, right now, well, it's a little bit more than that at this point, but it's all even at, actually, I take that back. It is 4-3 with Cal Poly being in the lead, which is very surprising, but they're getting after it right now, and they're generating some possessions off the face-off X and making it real gritty on the inside.
And it looks like the score is 5-1. Cal Poly leading Clemson in the first round of the MCLA National Championship powered by New Balance Lacrosse. That's going to be Clemson ball. Clemson brings on their attacking unit. We've got senior William Cicerelli, as well as 19 Jacob Magnuson with the ball. Big shot by number 5, Costin Pendleton, which is wrapped up. But Bill gets a shot to the back of the net. That's William Cicerelli right there with his 53rd point of the year. He's coming into this game with 31 goals, 38 assists, 52 points, and that's a big-time goal right there, Patrick.
Absolutely it is, from the big fella, making his impact felt. And nice little step down there to get his guys going, taking the goalie to the near side pipe there, right under the armpit. Really tough save.
Now Clemson's looking to win another face-off, and they pull it off. Number 18, Alec Frank.
And this is where Clemson can really make some hay. Some people refer to it as make it, take it lacrosse. So you get a goal and you have such a good face-off unit that you're able to get another possession almost instantly and stack on multiple scoring chances. Cause a penalty, bearing down the pipe here, gets the middle. Oh, and he looks to the backside, but unable to connect on the pass.
I think the ball's going to stay in, though. I want to give props to your boy Costin because the Clemson midfielder unit, they all subbed out. So Costin was double-teamed that entire time. He was able to run through two different defensemen, push the ball a little bit, and just in those circumstances, the ball can soar a little bit high. But definitely an impressive athletic feat right there.
Absolutely. As we see Garrett Brennan bringing the ball in, leading scorer for the Clemson Tigers. Got a short stick. Look for Cal Poly to slide early to this matchup.
And a great look across the crease to number 55, Sean Tarsi. Sean, excellent behind the back goal. Sean T, wow. That's absolutely incredible. Junior midfielder, that will be his 36th goal of the year. But that all starts with an excellent dodge right there by Garrett Brennan.
Man, just what?
Recognizing the short stick.
Yeah, they really did. They got that short stick matchup to Garrett Brennan, and any defense would be smart to make sure that they get action to him and slide early to a short stick matchup. But what just a phenomenal behind the back finish right there by Big Sean T. And we got another face-off. Clemson's on a 3-goal run right now, securing possession of the face-off X. Man, let's see if they can continue to mount and claw back into this.
Alec Frank with an excellent face-off there, and a little bit more poise by Evan Doherty, staying on the field, make sure that his team's able to settle the ball down as they get their subs. I think that's just a little bit nerves being in a national championship series.
They go right back to Sean T out of the box.
Oh, we're looking far side, not able to handle that pass, but Jacob Magnuson will pick it up, and he's got a shorty on him. Let's see what he can do. Switches to a left, early slide. Puts it back in his right, and he's able to get a goal. Unassisted right there by Magnuson.
Love to see Jacob Magnuson get physical inside there. Notice how, as he's starting his dodge, he takes a small micro step out, and then as he sees the long pull that defenseman come in, he punches with his shoulder in through the head of that stick, allowing him to create separation and get his stick back to his natural hand, his right, and then find a good target on that backside with great angle against Tom Basquiero.
Wow. We talk with all our youth about deception. It's that first step from the very get-go, being physical, being able to run through, and we definitely have a physical match right now. Cal Poly's going to have possession finally. It seems like it's been a few minutes. There's 7:46 left in this quarter of lacrosse, and we've got a high-scoring game so far. 5-4, back-and-forth battle. We love to see it.
It's what the people want.
Yeah, the people called, and looks like Cal Poly and Clemson answered the phone call. Wow. I like that save right there by Calvin Analis. Those are going to be saves that just really add to his confidence and the ability to make some big saves later on in this game and in this series.
Yeah, especially for a young goalie, any goalie in particular, but for a young goalie especially, it's so important to get going early to build that confidence and keep reminding yourself just how good you are, how worthy you are to be in this situation, and that you're capable of leading your team to another day of playing here in the national tournament.
Absolutely. We've got Clemson, number 13, Chase Rivera, working with number 30, who's an unnamed player, and 23, Brad Scheffler.
So we got the second line midfield on here at Clemson. Coach Grubb clearly identifying that the importance of having numbers and that fatigue may be setting in a little bit for some of these guys, really trying to keep his guys fresh. And he knows this game's going to go right down to the wire.
Absolutely. We got 6:20 left in the second quarter right now.
Oh, good
That's
check.
a high shot with 10 seconds left in the shot clock. I would have considered that a shot and maybe not have tossed that back in the middle, but we're going to see even 4-on-4 right now. Cal Poly's going to slow things down, get their offensive unit in here. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout called on the field. Let's see who called the timeout.
It's going to be Cal Poly as they had possession of the ball. Coach Bobby DeBrea wants to talk it over with his guys. You know, Clemson's on a 4-goal run here after the Mustangs started off white hot. So look for Coach DeBrea to talk to his guys, get them calmed down in that huddle, and make sure he puts some great decision makers on the field, able to execute.
Again, this is a timeout by the Cal Poly Mustangs. They're getting their unit on. They've been leading the entire game, but the Clemson Tigers have been eating away in this second quarter. We've got 5 minutes, 55 seconds left in this half. Cal Poly leading 5-4. Patrick, what are you expecting to see out of this timeout?
Well, talking with Coach DeBrea before the game, you know, he wanted to make a point to me that this is, while they do have good veteran leaders like Big Ol' Miko, they've got some younger players, which at the beginning of the season, if you could see at home, Cal Poly playing a really, really fun brand of lacrosse, sharing the ball, having a flow of play that's not always common at this level of lacrosse. So with that, that decision-making comes quite a bit of growing pains, and that reared its head in terms of their actual overall schedule. They had a brief lull of some competitive failures in the middle of the season, but, you know, Coach DeBrea communicated to us that after that little bit of fissures, you know, his team showed massive resilience to that adversity to be able to come together. His senior leadership really put on some broad shoulders there to hold up the team, and look for them to play really fun. They might be operating out of a 2-2-2 here. Watch these off-ball guys just creep into spaces as their men may be helping a little bit and drawing these little micro fissures within the defense. You know, it may not be the initial one dodge or even the two, but once they get through this beautiful tapestry of lacrosse, they'll start to open up some jumbo jet-sized holes in this team and make sure they capitalize inside.
Absolutely, Patrick. Thanks for painting that picture of just an effortlessly moving offensive unit of this Cal Poly Mustangs. It's interesting that we hear about a little bit of maybe upsets or wake-up calls that they had to face earlier in the season. You'd rather have them earlier than later.
Absolutely.
Of course, but now it's Cal Poly recognizing, hey, who are our threats? Who are we able to find some opportunities?
So they went to a big little pick back there with Big Miko, trying to get a short stick matchup on a two-man game with him to see if he can isolate. Going from X again here, inside roll, ball on the carpet. Nice job by the Clemson defense to get some ball pressure, but something tells me this isn't over as they ride in transition.
They've got numbers right now. Clemson, 5-4 opportunity. Looks like they'll slow it down.
Yeah, and when you're doing as good as they are in 6-on-6 offense, I'm okay with slowing it down, getting my guys in the field, and letting my big dogs go to work.
I agree. I think you got William right here. A cannon! Wow! That's big. William Cicerelli, number 10, with another unassisted goal right there. He is just a unit.
Get off the tracks, young fella.
That's what we're talking about. This guy's just ready to go. Senior midfielder. He averages 2.24 goals per game, and he's tapped in his second. We currently have a tied ball game, 5-5. 5 minutes, 8 seconds left in this half of lacrosse. And at this point, Patrick, it seems like it's anyone's game.
Man, so up and down right now. Just really excited to be able to showcase these athletes and all their hard work. Both, you know, right now we're showcasing their athletic feats, but also some great students in the classroom as well and representatives of these awesome universities we've got here.
It's staying in. Let's just see what side it stays on. I love number 3 for Cal Poly right there. That's Big Miko.
Man.
Smart heads-up play, stay on his side, just trying to get that ball trickling back.
Big Miko Lajewski getting after it right now, making his impact felt, making sure that his team has every opportunity they can to keep on dancing.
That's what we're talking about. He's a captain as a junior, and his impact is felt all over the field. Those are those leadership styles that we talk about, lead by example. you can't necessarily coach someone to stand on the midfield line and try to get that ball. It's someone who's paying attention at all times, putting in the extra effort, and almost resulted in an opportunity. I thought that was going to be Clemson ball right there.
Well, I think our tremendous officials here might have had a little bit better of a vantage point.
Yep.
And they're doing a great job so far this weekend. Can't thank them enough for staffing this and doing such a great job all weekend long, both protecting our players and allowing us to play this beautiful game. Really couldn't do without them.
I couldn't agree more with that one, Patrick. Thank you to everyone who's been involved with this. It's truly a remarkable experience right now for all of us that get to be here in person. We're very blessed. And for those of you that are watching online, hope you're having a wonderful time. If you do have any questions, you can always send a text to our chat box. His name's Slash. He's the official AI chat bot. Oh my goodness, that's number 9, Maddie Toivola. And you know what that starts with, Patrick? It's that ride by Miko at the start. They gave themselves the offensive opportunity. They stayed after it, and ultimately, good things happen when you ride hard.
They do, and that's what we were talking about before the game, about generating possessions and opportunities, right? For now, Cal Poly's been doing a great job with the face-off backs relative to what we thought they were going to do. But even still, they understand the fact that they're not going to be able to create all those possessions there, so they've got to do it by making sure they're clean and not turning the ball over and they're clear, and riding the ball back to gain extra possessions. It's similar to rebounding the ball defensively, or offensively, I should say, rather, in basketball. But another face-off win, although unable to secure the ground ball here for Cal Poly.
Alec Frank, maybe one of my favorite Clemson players right now. On the face-off, has been doing outstanding, and that's a ride that, again, not going in the stat book, but extremely impactful to give Clemson some possession right here.
Clemson rolling out their first-line midfield again as Costin Pendleton breaks it over the midline and takes a shot, sweeping across the middle. It'll be backed up there by none other than Garrett Brennan, leading goal scorer for the Clemson Tigers. Let's see what he does coming out of the break here. Looks like they might go big little here with Sean T. Let's see what it goes. Little razor pick action, gets him the short stick, and immediately looks inside.
He's still got a shorty.
They're going to go back at this.
This is a great redodge.
They're going to go back at this.
You could even do a mumbo right here with everyone.
Love a good mumbo reference.
Yeah,
for the viewers at home, that is where on each side of to left and right of the Dodger, you will have the adjacent players picking or sealing their own man, and having the players on the inside of the field circle out to provide both ball support but also a goal scoring chance for a step down freehand shooter.
Great defensive effort right there by Cal Poly. Oh, off the pipe. That's going to reset the shot clock. It's going to stay Clemson ball.
And if I'm not mistaken, Cal Poly might be in a zone here.
Yeah, I see 2 short sticks down low. And that's pretty traditional for a zone. We've got a timeout Clemson, and maybe the Clemson coaches recognize what we're seeing with 2 short sticks down low on the pipes.
I'm going to try to not be too loud about it, because that is a sneaky move by the Cal Poly staff to throw in a zone here in the national tournament where really anything can happen. You've only got this one game, so if you haven't been practicing against a zone, let alone what I would call a little bit of a junk defensive zone there with those 2 shorts low, it's not a common one. Traditionally, you'll see a 3-3 zone with shorties usually on the top left and right corner, sometimes other variations, but what a sneaky little play. I'll tell you what, these Cal Poly Mustangs are definitely trying to punch above their weight class today as the lower seed, and I'm excited to see what happens here. We're kind of getting into that game within a game between these staffs, and it's, like I said earlier, man, I got goosebumps. This is going to be good. I'm hoping you guys at home are really enjoying staying along with us. We got 2:26 left in the second quarter. Timeout Clemson, 6-5 Cal Poly. What do we got? What are we thinking going into this? What are you telling your guys in that Clemson huddle if they do, in fact, know that they're going against the zone?
So if we know we're going against the zone, we got to find the seams. We've got to recognize that we have the big shooter, Will Cicerelli, and we say, hey, guys, let's work it around first one time. Let's see what they're in. Are they going to be in a zone? Are they playing man-to-man? From there, let's recognize our shooters. We got Cicerelli. We got number 5. We got Pendleton. And I think it's all quarterbacked by Garrett Brennan back there. And we're just going to see what opportunity we have. Let's see what the setup is right here. I don't see the shorties low, Patrick. Looks like
no,
they're going back into man.
And maybe that was something that Cal Poly thought, maybe we can get him to blow a timeout. Obviously, you can't take him with you, but get him a little bit rattled. Maybe they take a timeout to try to talk about it, and then immediately going back into their man-to-man defense. A lot of gamesmanship going on here between these two early on.
It is awesome to see.
What a treat, what a treat.
We got a great coaching staff with the Clemson Tigers, Buff Grubb, Sam Walker, Scott Spittle, Andrew Tobias, and Ryan Marasco. And it's the mental chess match against Cal Poly Mustangs with Bobby DeBrio as well as Morgan Werder. We appreciate everyone who's out here causing an impact and making these boys better. Created really, truly remarkable young men. We've got 53 seconds and a huge inside look right there by number 55, Sean T, as we're calling him right there. That is his second goal of the day. He's another just athletic young man out here who was able to find the inside and find the back of the net.
Yeah, ties it up with 2:04 left here. We got sixes on the board. And, I love the tenacity of the graduate defenseman captain, number 99, Griff Hoblitzel. Unfortunately, had a really good read there by Big Sean T to tuck that stick, get to the middle, and finish strongly top shelf. Love to see it. This is just beautiful stuff. How fortunate are we?
Oh, we are so lucky right now. Another huge face-off. Alec Frank able to just be tenacious on the ball. Ball comes out loose, and Clemson's able to come up. Pelton with a nice pull-out right there, and he's just getting assaulted. Loses a helmet right there.
Really thought he was going to go to the rack a la Jason Witten. I know the NFL has changed that rule since then, but how hard of a move? How hard of a move if you're willing to continue to go to the rack regardless of the equipment, okay?
You can tell he's got one thing on his mind, and that's going to the goal, baby.
Yeah, we're going to have to wind the clock back down here as we had a stoppage of play. Bear with us, but there is going to be a little bit of a gap between the shot clock and the game clock here. Minute 45 left in the second quarter as we wind down this shot clock, and the ball's going to start with Costin Pendleton. Looking like we got Jacob Magelson with a short stick as well as Big Sean T on the inside. Interesting to see Clemson have the shorty inside. Wonder if they're trying to put that guy in a slide scenario, make him a little bit uncomfortable, if it's just to fade that guy off and then use a matchup. Big little here on the wing with Pendleton.
Sean T with the short stick. 45 seconds on the shot clock, minute 27 in the game.
Oh, this is a nightmare situation right here.
Oh my gosh, a beautiful little slide and good defense to keep him to the outside. Redodge on the same side, which is a little difficult there. But there's Sean T with a big rip right there.
I love the subtle box fake to hold the slide. 33 was looking to leak off of Costin Pendleton from that wing and support the crease. He did a little flick of his wrist. Oh my gosh.
And he's there again. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Some really skillful play going on here out in Round Rock, Texas.
We love to see that. This is just a testament to, I'm going to call it Southwest lacrosse. These guys are playing a ton of lacrosse year-round. They get some box lacrosse, they get some field lacrosse, and then they get to the National Championship Series, and they're able to perform incredible.
Yeah, so now looking at the shot clock and the game clock, shot clock will essentially be off with only 45 seconds left in the half here. Let's see if Clemson can pull ahead here late.
Number 19 gets the inside rip, hits Tom Baccarizo right in the chest. It looks like
can't take him with you. Coach Grubb wants to talk it over with his guys. 32 seconds left.
I like
Look
that.
for them to draw something up. Going to be interesting to see if Cal Poly goes back to that zone. Would like to see Clemson talking that through. And again, unconventional. We got two short sticks low. So for you viewers at home, what that's going to do is it's going to change the matchups behind the cage, which will give Clemson a little bit more of an advantage behind the cage in terms of generating goal scoring opportunities without ball pressure to their hands that would traditionally be there from a defenseman. And again, just great to see Coach Grubb of Clemson calling the timeout there to get his guys together with 32 seconds left before halftime here. See if they can pull ahead and get that mojo going before they go into the halftime.
Yeah, we talked about in the last game, these goals at the end of quarters or end of halves they count for a little bit more. They give you some more momentum, and you definitely want your bench up at the side at the end of either side of the half. I'll be interested to see if Cal Poly ends up putting that zone back in, because you got to kill 32 seconds. Definitely can't have any shots happening right now. It's just a matter of holding firm defensively and being extremely active. You're telling your players, stick in the hands, lift on any passes or shots. Don't get beat right now to the center, but Clemson has some real offensive threats right now that are going to prove Cal Poly a little bit of difficulty on this defensive stand.
Yeah, this is such a, just what an incredibly close game. You know, a 5 and a 12 seed, usually in the MCLA tournament, you know, that those 14, 15, 16 seeds are really tough because you're running into the bone saw, these other side of the roster. But Cal Poly, a program that's been to the national tournament, had success at this level, so they're not backing down. They're ready to fight tooth and nail to the end here. Let's see what they do coming out of the quarter. It looks like the short sticks are not low. I'm going to say it a little bit quieter, but it looks like they're coming man-to-man. You know, Coach DeBreo trusting his guys early here to get after it and make the right decisions late.
And we've got Costin Pendleton with Clemson starting with the ball. Let's see if he goes right for it or if they try to burn off a little clock. Costin's going for it, not there. Move it twice and now attack the short stick. I like that move, and let's see where we go. We've got Big Sean ready for a step down. Oh, but they got Big Bill too. William with a huge shot and a huge save right there by Tom Baccarizzo. And that will be the end of the second half, or the first half, excuse me. Patrick, any thoughts after that first 30 minutes of play?
My initial thought is that my cardiologist is going to be very upset with me because my heart rate is buzzing right now. Both these teams just putting on an incredibly quality product here on the field and doing such a great job, both the staffs and the players, showing how much this means to me and really leaving it all out there on the field. As we lead into the halftime show, we're going to be seeing a video of the OaklandLax.org. Check out this video from Oakland Lacrosse Club, a nonprofit that uses the sport as a vehicle for leadership development, academic counseling and wellness, and education for youth from the Oakland Public Schools. Learn more about this program at www.oaklandlacrosse.org and support their One Town, One Family campaign. Again, that's www.oaklandlacrosse.org. For Ryan Burns and Patrick Franklin, I think we're going to let the mic brief here at halftime, but oh my goodness, do we have a game on our hands for the second half.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it, Ryan.
Now serving number 9.
Zach, what's going on, man? This fresh mesh stand is unbelievable. This stuff looks great. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I try some of this?
Try it out.
This is
Nice and fresh.
Yo, that's fresh. You use these lemons for that? Well, I don't want to order something.
Yeah, for sure, Trev. What do you need?
I got a melt your face off. Can I get one of those?
Sounds good, man. Coming right up. 2-bomb is ready.
Oh, that's me.
There you go, Channing. Mid-high with 2 U's.
Thanks, man. This thing is sweet.
Yeah, no problem. Hope you like it.
Appreciate it.
And now we got a tie game once again. Great dodge by McGovern. Finds the cutter. Finds the back of the net. That's just great offense. shot. And Cook, the hero, at the end of the game.
Now going to the championship. Look at that.
There's Stockneck as he stinks the corner. Finally figures Haynes out. Unbelievable. That's a fantastic play. Juice.
That's smoke right there.
And what a finish. That's the goal of the tournament. Holy cow.
Sports Center top 10 right there.
There's Weiss. He turns the corner. He's fired up.
Get your tweets going. That's as good as it gets.
That's going to do it. Tommy's Division II MCLA National Champions. The South Carolina first trip to the title game. First title.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us.
To look out for each other.
To
not look the other way.
It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us,
to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Well, you can be honest. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was an easy life. So, before lacrosse, I was staying in the street. I was involved in the gang, like doing bad stuff. So, like when I joined lacrosse, it really changed my life. So like also like when it changed my life, when I tried to coach some kids like back in Mumias, I also tell them the same story that. Guys, get involved in lacrosse. Don't leave lacrosse. Lacrosse will really change your life. Will change your life from bad to good.
Slums. And how did you get food?
Like I used to beg. When Storm came and other guys came, I used to tell them, can you assist me with 100 or 200 shillings? So that's how I used to survive, and carrying luggages for people at the bus stop here in town. Slums.
And how did you get food?
Like I used to beg. When Storm came and other guys came, I used to tell them, can you assist me with 100 or 200 shillings? So that's how I used to survive, and carrying luggages for people at the bus stop here in town.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for the sweat, the tears, the pride, and for the celebration we share.
When I reach for a stick, it's like I'm shaking hands with history. Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
It's more than a game to me. It's a gift to be a positive force in young athletes' lives. And I'm thankful I can help the next generation develop a love for the sport.
When I was his age,
Those moments on the field meant everything. Thank you for giving us a way to stay connected, even as they get older.
We're growing beyond goals on the field. And our futures are united.
You give me the opportunity to fuel aspirations
and to ignite potential.
So thank you, lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me. We are better,
safer,
and wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
for everyone.
You're not born great. Great takes hard work, commitment. It's a relentless passion, sacrifice, dedication. And it's not for everyone. There will be mistakes and missteps, missed shots, bad plays, but the task remains the same. Outwork, outrun, outplay. Embrace the challenge. Every sprint, every play, every shot is a chance to be better. So keep pushing, because everyone is watching. Better is out there, and it's never done.
Now serving number 9.
Zach, what's going on, man? This fresh mesh stand is unbelievable. This stuff looks great. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I try some of this?
Try it out.
This is
nice and fresh.
Yo, that's fresh. You use these lemons for that? Well, I don't want to order something.
Yeah, for sure, Trev. What do you need?
I've got a melt your face roll. Can I get one of those?
Sounds good, man. Coming right up. 2 bomb is ready.
Oh, that's me.
There you go, Channy. Mid-high with 2 U's.
Thanks, man. This thing is sweet.
Yeah, no problem. Hope you like it.
Appreciate it.
Cross and sponsored by our official partners from Impact Canopy, Pearl Lacrosse Balls, Universal Lacrosse, and USA Lacrosse. We have a 6-6 battle right now between the Clemson Tigers and Cal Poly Mustangs. This is a 12-5 seed going into the game, and this has been nothing but a neck-and-neck battle, Patrick. What are you thinking right now going into the start of our second half?
It's a great start to this lacrosse game. We got a hold against Cal Poly off that face-off, giving possession to the Clemson Tigers. But, you know, we've had our ups and downs in this first half. Both teams started to feel themselves out and get settling in here. I'm really excited to see what adjustments these coaches made at the halftime and to see what reinforcing beliefs they made to make sure their guys are playing their best ball as it is survive and advance here in the second half of this first-round game.
We got Big Sean T dodging down the right side with a shot and a huge save right there. Number 5, Tom Baccarizzo.
And we did get some intel at halftime, and it is, in fact, Tarichi. But I'm still going to call him Big Sean T because I like Big T.
Yeah, and here comes Big Sean T right now with a good ride, a shot, but Baccarizzo able to handle it, finds his D mid, but oh my goodness, number 19 able to find it. Looks like there's 60 seconds in the shot clock. We had a good clear and settling it down right now by the Mustangs. Handled right now by number 8, Maddie Tovola. And it's Miko with the ball behind. It's been a Miko show for most of today. We'll have to watch how Clemson defenseman Will Hurley starts to change his defensive antics. Oh, and a great check right there by the Clemson Tigers. You need to be physical out here right now, Patrick.
Absolutely. Got to collapse the middle and got to make sure that No shooters are going left free. We've got to make sure that they know there's a toll for every shot or take every time you get to the middle of the field.
Looks like Clemson's going to have a nice time clearing the ball now. We've got, what is this right here? We've got Lamone, Sheffer, and O'Neal coming in with the second line unit for Clemson right now. They've got 40 seconds left. Again, this tournament, it's a long one. It's hot out here. It's muggy. These boys are putting in more energy than they probably have all season. They're getting tired. What do you think you do, Patrick, as your team gets tired as you go later in the game? Does your strategy change at all, or what are you thinking?
It does and it doesn't. After we see a great save there by Tom Baccarizo and gets transition going early, but you know it's the same and it's not. You know, possession of the ball is so important in this game, and it will only serve you even more so as you start to get tired out, start to get fatigued. Some of these players, while both these programs are not necessarily in cold areas of the United States, they're certainly not used to this, 90, 95 degree weather on this turf out here in beautiful Round Rock, Texas. But you're going to wear down if you don't continue to make good decisions and possess the ball and make sure you make good first-time decisions. When teams get second chance opportunities, that's when it's really going to compound. As we see Cal Poly with a beautiful play there. Jack Kramer getting the ball over to that righty wing. I can't see his number right now.
Number 11, Dominic Tregesser. That was the one more look right there. And that's what you like to see with an offensive unit, is willing to pass the ball one more. That's an unselfish play, looking for the doorstep shot, and they're able to blast one by a freshman goalie.
Yeah, Tregesser, his second goal of the game there. Nice little action there to draw rotation and move the ball quickly to the backside. Really get some good looks from this Cal Poly team when they're playing and flowing like we've seen them do at their best. Oh, and unfortunately, we got a procedure against Cal Poly there, so it's going to be Clemson ball, and that brings their face-off wins to 10-5. So they're doubling up on Cal Poly here. Not too big of an impact so far, but let's see if it starts to make more of an impact later on as the game goes.
We've got 11:30 left in this game, and these guys they're playing hard right now. We've got a LSM for Cal Poly in the hands of big number 10, Bill Curselli, and that's just going to make it so that other players on the Clemson Tigers are going to have to score and take shots.
Great job by Garrett Brennan following the slide as his man rotated adjacent up to the wing there and really almost got a good look, but a little bit wide there. We'll see Magelson coming out of X on an invert with a short stick. This is Texas on Texas right here. Ryan Flaherty, senior out of Westlake High School in Austin, Texas, going against the junior Jacob Magelson out of the Kincaid School in Houston. Errant pass. This one's going to be physical.
Oh, and a big GB 24. Tanner Collins, captain for Cal Poly, who's going to take a shot, and it's off the pipe. Clemson Tigers looking to come up, and it's going to go off of Cal Poly, I think. And that is Clemson ball. And that just shows you how fast possession can shift in the game of lacrosse.
If you thought that we were done getting ramped up in this game, you were wrong, you were wrong, you were wrong. These staffs, these players are cranking it up. I have a feeling it's going to be like Daytona 500 out here in the second half, man. NASCAR lacrosse.
We're going to see lap after lap, team after team. Looks like Clemson switching their midi unit. I anticipate we'll see William come off the field as well. Maybe not. We've just got the other two fresh mids right here. Maybe he's going to shift down to attack. Big William Curselli, number 10. He has a short stick on him, though, right now.
Yeah, this defense for Cal Poly, 3 of their 5 team captains are defensemen on this team, so you know that these Mustangs feel comfortable about the decision-making and the communication within this group. They feel really confident while they are playing against a tremendous opponent. They feel really confident in their team scheme and their ability to slide, rotate, and recover and take advantage of some poor decision making on the other end of the field.
And that's something that's so difficult for a D unit, is to be able to stay vocal, work hard, and rotate around. But they've been doing an excellent job. Looks like that's going to be an over and back, but Cal Poly Mustangs pushing some transition there. Larry Hart. Larry Hart's able to find the ball again.
Larry Hart not really filling up the stat sheet this year, but my goodness, has he made an impression on this game. He's doing a great job both in between the boxes, initiating offense for the Mustangs. I'm really a fan of his game.
He's one of those D middies who's just going to have an impact. Clearing game is so important for every single team, and he's someone who's been getting it done on that side of it. Again, nothing that will show up in the stat book, but extremely meaningful for any team.
For sure. And the term for a short stick for a defenseman that's playing with a shorter stick than the traditional 6-foot pole is called a short stick defensive midfielder in lacrosse, as the ball is turned over from Cal Poly with good ball pressure from the Clemson Tigers. Really interesting. You know, sometimes people see that as a negative connotation. You know, you're not a midfielder, you're only kind of a midfielder. But if you look at other sports, basketball, football, you know, you got your shadow corner in football. In lacrosse, the short stick defensive middies are absolutely critical to your team's success because those are the guys that are going to be the primary on-ball defenders for the majority of possessions. So, you know, as a coach at All States Episcopal School out in beautiful Fort Worth, Texas, we've adopted the term of raptor for our defensive midfielders to symbolize the tenacity. Casa Pendleton underneath the middle, gets the ball to the backside, and it's a bucket there. Great unselfish play, finding his teammate, leading goal scorer for the Clemson Tigers, Garrett Brennan, getting into the backside, pushing an early offense. Great job by the lefty.
Yeah, I'll say I was most impressed with the composure by freshman goalie right there, Calvin Analis. Clock was running down for them to get a clear. Cal Poly done an excellent job locking off all the wings, and he was able to recognize the deep hole running over the side, and Pendleton taking out an opportunity to dodge hard and look one more. That's some excellent vision, born and raised out of Texas.
Be pretty interesting to see. That's Garrett Brennan's first goal of the game. He had an assist early in the game, but let's see if that gets number 2 going for this Clemson offense. Hard to imagine that while Cal Poly has great defense, and hard to imagine there's anyone that he feels like he can't take to the rack at will on this field or really any field. So maybe that gives him a little bit more confidence to get himself going and see what that does for the rest of his teammates as he starts to draw some slides and create some fissures in the defense.
Yeah, it's a really impressive offensive unit that Clemson has with big Will Griselli, number 2 and number 5. It's fun to watch, and that's a behind-the-back goal there right now by number 5 for Clemson Tigers, Costin Pendleton. Incredible.
Returning the favor there. First it was 5-2 on the last goal, and now it's 2-5. Those two starting to feel it a little bit.
There's just some immense firepower, and this is make it, take it lacrosse. Alec Frank, number 18 for Clemson, able to continue to win the face-off and give their team opportunities to score. Clemson now takes the lead 8-7, and this is going to be their first lead of the entire game. We've got 7:36 left in the third quarter. And Alec with another huge face-off win right there. Patrick, you think you ever start changing up the face-off attempt? Because right now it's Clemson 12 to Cal Poly's 5 face-off wins. When do you put a pull out there?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it if it's something that you've worked on. I see, looking at a couple of these defensive Cal Poly, they do have the off-color tape at the throat of the stick, so it does look like they have some guys that may have practiced and worked on that. A couple of adjustments you can make. You know, you can put a long stick midfielder at the face-off X and put 2 shorts on the wings, try to, you know, muck it up and create some ball pressure and force the face-off players from Clemson to make decisions with the ball in their stick. Other thing you can do is double pull the wings and have more of a tie-up situation with your short stick and try to make it to where they've got to go backwards with the ball and then clear the ball against what was a really successful ride of the Cal Poly Mustangs early in the first quarter there. That gave them a lot of goal-scoring opportunities, getting second-chance opportunities. And Costin Pendleton from the step-down spot, his second in a row, gets that feed from number 22 for the Clemson Tigers. That's Will Marapodi. Sorry for that mispronunciation if there was one. But Costin Pendleton, back-to-back goals for the Tigers.
I just love watching good lacrosse right now. I'm on my feet. It is so much fun to see these guys going back and forth, tick for tack. We talk about lacrosse being a game of streaks right now, and Cal Poly needs to stop this onslaught of goals by Clemson right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Cal Poly, they know what they've got. It's a resilient group over there. They've faced quite a bit of adversity. Talking to Coach DeBreo, they faced a lot of adversity during the season, but the ability of their senior leaders and also some of these younger guys to battle back from that adversity and find ways to have competitive success following those things leads them to be in a really good spot here, having dealt with some of those things beforehand. And as a result, off the face-off, they force them back like we were talking about earlier, force Clemson into a clear, and then they ride the ball back to gain possession.
And we talked about that before. Just being able to ride is one of Clemson's real advantages. They are a very tenacious group. Looks like we're going to reset the shot clock and get a little bit of time to reset the offensive and defensive units. Cal Poly, it seems like it's been a while since they've got an opportunity to have a 6-on-6 offensive attack.
Yeah, Clemson subbing in senior captain Mark McCool at the defensive midfielder position. They go with a big little pick for Cal Poly at X, try to switch up that matchup on big Miko there. Miko, a lot of ball pressure, somehow keeps it in his cross, looks inside, and stopped, collapsing in the middle as Clemson's defense. What a great play by them.
Picked up by 21, Alec Pavis. Moves it to number 8, Wesley Elliott. The shot's going to stay Cal Poly, 39 seconds in the shot clock, 5:36 left in the third quarter. Cal Poly trails 7-9 to the Clemson Tigers. Miko, number 3, driving from X. He's just a shifty player back there, Patrick.
Looking to take this approach right here. Great defense. It's great defense from the senior captain, Mark McCool, apologies. Definitely on the conference tournament all-name team.
And those are stats that just Patrick and I will be keeping, but he definitely has made.
It's going to go right in there with my all-hair tournament team. Great save right there from the freshman goalkeeper, Calvin Anulis. Big old 3-8 in between the pipes for the Tigers. He's been impressive today.
Absolutely.
Hasn't had his number called too much, but when he does, he's ready. It's got to be the sweatpants.
Has to be the sweatpants. Just like when we're talking about a pole with long hair.
Oh, we've got our first yard sale of the game. Tremendous double team creating ball pressure.
But what a ride by Big Will Carselli, number 10.
Will Cicerelli.
I like his style of play. He's big, he's tenacious, he's a senior out there trying to get the boys going.
I'll tell you what, man, he can play for me.
Yeah. I'm going to try to recruit him onto my men's league team in Arizona.
Shoot, do whatever you have to. Throw the kitchen sink in there if you have to.
I'll throw 2. Cal Poly has 54 seconds on the shot clock. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. And this is number 28, Jack Kramer, with a dodge down the left side. Swings it around. Miko finds himself high as a midi. Takes on a short stick and is stopped by freshman goalie Calvin Anulis. Huge save right there. And this is just a scrum in the middle of the field. And Clemson comes up.
What a play.
Huge. 25 for Clemson. Evan Doherty able to pick up a big ground ball in the middle of the field. Able to take on probably the biggest defenseman on the Cal Poly team and give his team an opportunity to slow things down so they have an offensive possession.
Yeah, the understanding you have to know that stick is coming over your shoulder after you've gotten past the initial dodge is really, really good decision making from him and showing off his skill and understanding of the game.
Yeah, that's something where we talk about vision in the game, but you can't see behind you. It's just knowing that at all times someone's going to be pressuring you, someone's running as hard as they can to get you, and being able to be comfortable with that pressure gives your team a chance. 32 seconds on the shot clock, 2:43 on the third quarter, and Clemson will get another opportunity to attack the goal. This is number 22 for Clemson, Will Marapati, who finds Big Sean T. Is unable to find the net there, but a nice two-man game from behind. We talk about big littles, and for those who aren't overly understanding of lacrosse, that's when we have a long pole and a short stick playing defense behind the goal. Clemson's trying to create an opportunity for their attackmen, and it creates enough chaos that they're able to find Costin Pendleton running down the far side to collect his third goal of the game. That's a hat trick for the Texas native. Clemson takes the 10-7 lead, 2:26 left in the third. Patrick, what's going on here? What does Cal Poly need to do to start turning things back to their side of things?
Well, they haven't had too much possession in this half. We'd love to see them settle down and get into their sets and really start to slow down this Clemson run here. You know, if you can't control possession of the faceoff X, you've got to find ways to slow the game down, be good decision makers, and make sure that you can put your best version of yourself out on the field. What a timely faceoff win right there by Guy Leon or Lyons. Apologies for that mispronunciation if it's Guy Leon. That might just be Guy Lyons. Something tells me we'll find out by the end of this. What a promptly face-off
Feel
win.
free to tweet either Patrick or myself.
Yeah, what's your Twitter handle? Drop the Twitter handle.
My Twitter handle will be at Lacrosse Leadership Institute. And again, this is Ryan Burns. And Patrick, where can people start tweeting you at?
For me, for Patrick Franklin, it's going to be Coach Franklin TX. As we see an extremely physical play inside the crease there. I don't know if that's something that I would recommend. It's kind of like in hockey. You don't want to touch the goalie. That's a defenseless guy. And you're going to hear about it and potentially even feel about it later on if that's something you feel like doing. Looks like Clemson ready to protect their freshman goalkeeper who's not rattled by that play.
Got to be the sweatpants.
It's got to be the sweatpants.
He had some good padding there.
Yeah, starting to heat up a little bit, but you've seen they've been valuable for him. You know, he's dropped to his knees for a couple saves. If I'm not, you know, if I can avert blood on my knees, cuts on my knees, I'm going to do it at all costs. So sweatpants it is.
Yeah, I think one of the things as well, when you have a freshman in goal, as a defensive unit, you go, hey, we're the ones who have to step up. We have to prevent any type of shot from happening, and that's going to help any goalie. And we've seen a lot of Cal Poly shots be wide of net because of that, because there's so much pressure.
Absolutely.
Cal Poly will get another attempt here, though, as they are the closer to the end line for the shot.
Ball goes right back to him with 1 minute and 27 seconds left. Going to be a pretty short time in between the shot clock and game clock. Not exactly lined up, but pretty close here, about 12-second difference. See if Cal Poly can knot one up here late in the quarter and see if they can get themselves 2-on-1 situation here. They find it inside, and I can't secure the handle. That's what's been happening to Cal Poly here in the third quarter. A lot of half chances that they haven't been able to connect on, and it's tough because you want to be able to, you know, make those decisions and try those things, but those half chances can come back to get you at times, and I'm sure Cal Poly will find a way to make a couple more calm decisions, slow the ball down as they take a timeout here. Cal Poly taking a timeout with 58 seconds left in this third quarter.
Is that what Coach Bobby's telling his offensive unit right here, Patrick, as they take a timeout?
Yeah, I think he's trying to get them calm, give them a chance to take a breath, and get themselves into the sets that they know they can operate and execute out of.
That was a timeout by the Cal Poly Mustangs. We do want to talk about Clemson for a moment, though. Patrick, what is Clemson playing for right now?
Yeah, so talking with Coach Grubb, one of the great stories that's come out of the MCLA this season, a story of perseverance and of just grit and fighting through adversity. The Clemson Tigers wanted to let us know that they're playing for their number one, John Holcomb, who, if you aren't familiar with the story, John was an integral part of the Clemson lacrosse team. he unfortunately collapsed and went into convulsions early in the fourth quarter of their game versus Indiana University in early March. But thanks to prompt action by Liberty University trainer Harris Yaffe and an EMT that arrived in the ambulance, John was diagnosed later on with a brain tumor, and he underwent a lengthy surgery that week later, which is just a devastating thing for this team, but has been a huge source of inspiration for them as well, because last week prior to their conference championship, they received word that John had been cleared to play by his surgeon, and he has joined his team here in Round Rock as they've punched their first ever ticket to the national tournament. And what a freaking story of perseverance. I mean, something you can all rally around, a guy that has fought hard to get into this situation, and just such an inspiring story. And you know that the Clemson Tigers, while they do want to have competitive success, there's so much more than just lacrosse when you're talking about a teammate and his battle through adversity, and just so grateful for the opportunity to hear that story and to be able to share it with you all. So for John Holcomb, what a freaking warrior, and just excited to see how these Clemson Tigers continue to honor him, and just glad he's with us here in Round Rock. What a special, special situation we're in.
Yeah, and hearing the story from the outside, just the support from both teams, you realize anyone who has a lacrosse stick or knows about a lacrosse stick, we're all brothers at the end of the day, and sisters, and this is truly the medicine game that we're all here to support and help one another when we do fall. And it's circumstances like this and stories like this that reinforce just how special this game is and why it's the fastest game on 2 feet.
Absolutely, it's more than a game.
So much more.
Big stop there.
Big stop. That's Miko, number 3 for the Mustangs, with a big shot, but freshman Calvin Newlis with another excellent save as the Clemson Tigers look to clear the ball, send it a little bit high, and that's going to be a turnover with 20 seconds left in the third quarter as Cal Poly looks to quickly move down the field and try to exploit
12 seconds left in the quarter here.
This Clemson defense.
And I think the wind, unfortunately, was a little bit too loud for Cal Poly to hear the countdown from the sideline there as they're trying to let their teammate know that he's got a short time on the clock, unable to get a shot off at the period. But Cal Poly showing some signs of life here late in the third quarter, and only a 3-goal deficit. I don't know if they thought they'd be in this situation, certainly within striking distance going to this final frame here.
Yeah, at this point, it still is anyone's game. 3 points, 15 minutes to go. This has just been a constant battle, and we've seen just the swings that happen on the lacrosse field. We saw Cal Poly go up 5-1 before just an onslaught of goals by Clemson, tying it up 5-5. Cal Poly was able to score a couple until ultimately Clemson took the lead back at 8-7. And then it's been all Clemson since then.
Yeah, they often say lacrosse is a game of runs, and what a great example of that here. We got a battle of the wills. We got a little bit of stretch from Cal Poly, a little stretch from Clemson, back and forth. Really excited to see what happens down the stretch here, as we've got 2 really good programs showcasing these tremendous athletes through the MCLA. And if you want to go and learn more about the Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association and the opportunities they're providing for these young student athletes, please visit their website at www.mcla.us. You can look up things like team rosters to learn where some of these players and programs are based out of, some statistics and things of that nature, as well as previous archives of champions and other tournaments, and as well as all of the postseason awards that we haven't really gotten into today, but that are scattered throughout both of these teams. A lot of really good players in the field, and we're just so grateful to be able to see this all with you at home, and bring this game to so many around the United States. What a treat. What a treat, Ryan.
It's truly a treasure for us to be here in Round Rock. There was a map that was laid out at the beginning of the season. A lot of these teams had to battle through all of the COVID parameters and not having seasons, to being able to finally come back and give themselves an opportunity to battle and prove themselves that, hey, it's all worth it. The sacrifice that we paid leading up to this, it's all going to be something that they can cherish moving forward. We've got a 10-7 ball game going into the fourth quarter here at the MCLA National Championships powered by New Balance Lacrosse and sponsored by our official partners from Impact Canopy, Pearl Lacrosse Balls, Universal Lacrosse, and USA Lacrosse. And a big, important face-off here for both teams.
And we just got a really big update from senior midfielder Beniam Huff. It is not Guy Leon, it's Guy Lyons. And we like that guy as he secures a second face-off in a row for his Cal Poly Mustangs, trying to will this team into an opportunity to continue to keep dancing here at the national tournament.
And dance they shall. These face-offs are going to be what's most important for both teams moving forward. Controlling the ball as both goalies play excellent. If you're going to get possession, it's going to be off a turnover or off a face-off. Number 11 for the Mustangs with a strong dodge to the middle. That's Dominic Tregesser. I'm still going to butcher some names, so to your family, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. That was number 21, Alex Pivas, with a huge low to high zinger right there.
The only thing more challenging than the names on this roster is trying to see a low to high shot as nice as that from the freshman. What an absolute laser to the top right corner of the goal. Man, if you were not up for this game, don't know how you could be, but you are now, baby boy. Let's get going.
And that got the boys buzzing. The sideline is up, and that's what you need. You've got 14 minutes left in this game. You need to be able to get your whole team in it. It's going to be a man-down face-off for Clemson because there's a post-goal late hit. We like to see people pay for it, but that could be a costly penalty right there.
Yeah, and a small distinction, that was actually during the shot, so possession will not be awarded to the Cal Poly Mustangs, but absolutely right. It's just like being a free safety in football. You are going to take some penalties, but if you want to be a successful team defense, you have to let it be known that you cannot go through the middle of the heart of our defense without paying a price for that. And we'll see if Cal Poly can exact their revenge here and make them pay back.
And Cal Poly's got plenty of time to set up their extra man offense.
Seeing a lot of touches. You guys at home may not be able to see us, but seeing a lot of touches going down, a lot of daps on these sidelines. And if you know anything about team sports, I'm sure you do with your leadership institute here, Ryan. Touches lead to good things. If you look at championship programs, there is a direct correlation to the number of touches that you get with your teammates, positive communication to success on the field. Great take by Cal Poly there. Unfortunately, it's going to change possession and be Clemson's ball. Let's see if the Cal Poly Mustangs can ride that ball back as they have been all day. Ball going to the middle, but it's not over yet. Watch these guys chase it from behind, see if they can apply some pressure. Ultimately, not enough as number 16, Kyle Corwin, clears that ball effectively to give his team back possession late in this game.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, please.
Patrick, did I just see a diving goal across the crease right there? That's incredible.
You absolutely did. Garrett Brennan with his second of the game.
Holy cow, we didn't do enough scouting to find out that Garrett Brennan was also a stuntman during summers. That's the high-flying, high-intensity action that gets the whole team going.
Yeah, it might be a double for Top Gun because that man just went to flight school.
Wow, and that puts them right back to their 3-point lead, 13-8, 13 minutes, 10 seconds left in this match. Clemson Tigers taking on the Cal Poly Mustangs. Clemson able to win a face-off and not able to settle things down. Cal Poly with a nice ground ball right there. That's 26 for the Mustangs. Joe Johnson, he's one of their captains on the defense. And let's see if they push some transition here. Oh my goodness. That's a tic-tac-toe to perfection. Number 11 to number 9. That's Dominic Tregesser to our boy Matty Toivola. Excellent job right there. Push the transition. Number 26, Joe Johnson for the Mustangs, able to get a great ground ball, clears it after getting it from the goalie, pushes the transition, recognizes the extra man, and they put it in the back of the net. 11-9. We've got just a face-off battle right here, and Clemson's able to pull it up. Patrick, as we see a little bit of transition going back and forth, what do you think is going to be the most important part for both these teams?
Well, I think executing at a high level is always important, but when you're playing in these tight games, win or go home, the game on the line, you've got to make sure that you're executing at a high level, communicating to your guys on the sideline before they're going on, making sure that they understand what we're trying to do, what our roles, our rules of engagement are, and what sort of things we're looking for and not looking for, so we can be there and execute at the highest level possible. Smart play there, not to take that shot with the lefty at a low angle there. Move it over to Costa Pendleton on the wing, who takes a low-to-low shot, a little bit wide, and they're going to pull it back outside. We hear an Army call, and it looks like that might be the call. Cal Poly running into a quick zone here. They've got two shorties low. Let's see if the coaching staff had done something through that first little timeout there in the first half by Clemson to know how to attack this.
We talk about sometimes when you have these guys low, we're going to be pressuring out, but it looks like they're just holding firm in their spots low right now.
It's important to realize in man-down zone, or not man-down, sorry, 6-on-6 zone defenses, an important distinction is their ball pressure going to X? So far, it does not look like Cal Poly has tried to get ball pressure to X. They're kind of sitting on those pipes, and that's really going to be interesting to see if Clemson is able to get free hands by their feeders at X to pick apart that zone up top. But with 4 poles, you've got a lot of range, and we've got a fast break, 5-on-4, 2 poles. Oh boy.
And a big shot, but an even bigger save right there. Freshman goalie, Calvin Analyst. Wow.
What a critical play in a massive part of the game. I think the call is going to be too many men on Cal Poly.
Clemson, too many men?
Yes, sorry. Thank you for that distinction. Probably pretty hard to get the ball back if you were the one that committed the infraction. Thanks for that, Ryan.
We've got 11 minutes left, 2-goal game right now. Both teams are up, energized. Everyone's trying to get in right now. This is what you want to see, Patrick. Wow.
Yeah, this is awesome. Look for the Mustangs to initiate out of their pairs offense and see if they can work these short sticks to try to draw some early rotation. Looks like they're going to invert here. Number 28, Jack Kramer, which will draw potentially an early slide from the Clemson defense, get them rotating and be able to attack that on the backside, just like this inside here.
Oh my gosh, such a sneaky play, and right there, that's excellent man ball. Oh.
And a physical ground ball there between those three. It looks like we got a little bit tied up. Can't tell who's down, but really hoping that it's nothing too major, maybe just one knocked out of him. We don't want to speculate, hoping that he's all right.
Now we're going to go ahead and pass it off to a commercial, and we'll be back after we get a little bit more from the field. He's 27 standing up at this point. Will Leonard.
Good to see him walking off under his own power there. An extremely physical ground ball. You see why these teams are so committed to being physical inside, generating opportunities to gain possession back. It was initially a turnover from Cal Poly, but got a good man ball situation there where they committed bodies to the man that was trying to get the ball and then had someone pick it up cleanly on the backside to retain possession for their team. Critical here with 10 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter, down 2 for the Mustangs to generate a good opportunity here as they go invert, double inverted X. Oh, but a moving pick is called. That's not going to be a goal. Official called a moving pick, so the not an official goal. The picker was moving, whether it was from the defense or not.
It We'll see if Clemson's able to clear it. They've got 1 second left.
Not able to clear it after they had gained possession off of a moving pick against Cal Poly, ceding possession. Clemson not able to clear it within the 20 seconds necessary. Live mic.
And we've got Cal Poly getting a dodge right now, or slowing things down, I guess, as they're going to look to set up their offense. 55 seconds. Oh, and a huge save right there. They're going to call loose ball push, Clemson's ball.
Coaching staff starting to get animated here. Both staffs making their case to the officials, thinking that the call was on them. Clemson obviously getting a little bit less inclined after finding out it was their ball. Big T,
yeah.
Skillful rollback there.
With 9 minutes left to play, this is going to be the most action-packed game that we've seen so far today.
And you know what's awesome, Ryan? So we're not even halfway through the action today. We still got 2 more great games. And Ryan Flair pushing transition here. Let's see what he does. Moves it to the point man. Big low to high shot, a little bit wide of the cage, and they win the chase out. Cal Poly wins the chase out.
What a phenomenal catch low at his feet. He's able to handle it. That's our guy Miko, and still take a huge rip there.
Something tells me he's not done today.
No, not at all.
He's going to have to not be if he wants his team to have success and keep dancing.
Yeah, as a junior captain, you know you may have another year left, but you want to leave it all on the field. You want to make it further than just the first round of this tournament.
Cal Poly rolling back over the top of the initial dodge, looking inside and finding his man inside off the pipe.
And that was number 9, Maddie Tovel, who's just barely missed that one. Excellent look to the inside at him. And Calvin's going to look to clear the ball.
Long outlet pass, but handled by Clemson. 10 seconds to get it over. Cal Poly not out of this ride yet. Still have a chance, and oh my.
3, 2. Looks like Cal Poly's able to come up with it.
Gain possession back, and that's Larry Hart again, one of the unsung heroes of this program. He has been all over the field, maybe not showing as much in the stat book, but making great decisions on the field and putting his team into great opportunities, both with initiating offense, playing defense, and making massive impacts in the transition game.
Yeah, look at him stay on the field on the offensive side now. Unfortunately, Cal Poly has a costly turnover with 7:13.
And that's not over yet. We see a lot of hands on hips at the initial start of this clear. They got a short stick to clear for Clemson, but I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Let's see if Cal Poly has something to say.
No, Cal Poly has been doing an excellent job riding.
Oh,
right
you
now.
Can't do that. Can't do that. This is not hockey. Can't use the glove, and it's going to be a quick restart from Cal Poly to try to take advantage of the numbers game. Let's see if they can.
Oh, force a pass inside, but I think if there was a time to do it, you want to do it right now when you have some numbers.
That's tough, you know, that's what makes this game so beautiful and so difficult. You know, you have a chance to get a chance in transition, a small opportunity there. Do you want to do that, or do you want to go and wait and pause possession and hold it to make a better decision with your best guys in the field so you can execute at a high level? Clemson able to clear it there.
Finally gets the possession back for themselves. They're able to do a rotation through their offense, and Clemson calls a timeout, gives themselves an opportunity to set up their offense, and we'll see what happens with 6 minutes, 25 seconds left in the game. We'll go ahead and go to a quick timeout.
I'm so hungry I can eat at Arby's. He must be hungry. Double fisted already. Yeah. How are the Mets doing this year? Huh? How are the Mets doing this year? Okay. Not bad. Where are you staying? The home with the Springwood Dumps. Springwood Suites with a pull-out couch. That's what your dad should have done. Pulled out. You know, Brock, God made women to cook, right? Put milk and eggs in them. Sir? Draper. Patrick, was I right that other coach that we saw in the elevator is the assistant? Listen, to the box. Did you have to play for this guy? I had the absolute pleasure to play for this guy in college at the vaunted Texas State University. What an honor. Truly. Patrick embodied what our team is.
We got both teams coming back on the field here.
I want to hear a great breakdown of we played South Carolina.
Hey, Lindsay, you want to confirm if we're on? Thank you so much, and welcome back to the MCLA National Championships, powered by New Balance Lacrosse and sponsored by our official partners from Impact Canopy, Pro Lacrosse Balls, Universal Lacrosse, and USA Lacrosse. Patrick, what's going on right now?
Man, ball started with Costin Pendleton, but tremendous on-ball defense by Tanner Collins. Against a lefty attackman like Costin Pendleton, you want to make sure as a righty defender that you're staying trail with your stick and not trying to get into that V-hold, bringing that stick in front. That's cutting him off from and putting him to where he wants to go. He's a left-handed player. He wants to roll back and get that shot. Really patient right there by the captain, Tanner Collins, earning his team back possession off a great double team in a critical moment of the game, really isolating out the fact that Clemson had taken a timeout to try to get a good little offensive motion going, and unfortunately for them, weren't able to compete there.
We've got 40 seconds left in the shot clock. I'll piggyback on what we're talking about, though. They say offense wins games, defense wins championships, and it's going to take a lot of defensive effort right here by the Mustangs to be able to hold Clemson at 11 and put a couple in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Cal Poly's been looking inside quite a bit recently, generating some opportunities, but they're leads to a turnover, unfortunately can't connect. Let's see if Clemson's defense continues to pressure out, if Cal Poly continues to look inside and try to slash and get bodies into the paint there. Wow, what a handle.
Great handle right there. And you see Cal Poly pushing it a little bit more than they were at the start. Really looking to the backside right there for a pass, but that's such a hard pass to get through. That's when we coach our youth players. You say, hey, you slough in on the backside, stick in the passing lane, because that's the hardest pass for a reason to connect on.
Absolutely it is. And we got Garrett Brennan carrying the ball here late in the game. Nice little block there from Magelson to get it on over to Big T.
Big Sean T. I like these two middies dodging two short sticks right now. I think that's our opportunity. Back to Magdalene, who's got a pull. But now he's got Will with the shorty if they can find it on the backside here.
Big stop. Haven't called his number in quite a while, but senior goalie Tom Bacariza with a big stop late here in the game to reset the shot clock.
66 seconds in the shot clock. Clemson with plenty of time.
Pendleton on the shorty there at X.
Wow, number 19, Jacob Magnuson with a big dodge down that right side. Able to get inside with a shot. Patrick, how many goals is that?
I think it's a second or third. I'm a little bit incomplete in my stats, a little bit banged up on the play, but you can tell that he is not going to let his team stop dancing. He's got his dancing shoes on. He's got his family up here from Houston, Texas. And my God, we ready to roll. This is going to be a massive, massive face-off here. Remember, the last two face-offs, although the story has been Clemson's been dominant at the face-off X, great job by this young man here, Guy Lyons, not Guy Leon, Guy Lyons. See if he can go 3 for 3 in his last 3 face-offs.
Looks like he got the battle at the clamp right there. And
certainly making it interesting.
Oh, and a dive. Excellent. Let's see who fights. Clemson has many guys there, but Cal Poly is fighting.
Ryan Flaherty busting his butt out there to secure possession. Look at it. It's that guy. Had to do it at least once.
Absolutely.
Had to do it at least once.
Absolutely.
Couldn't be more timely in that face-off win.
Yeah. Absolutely need it. 3:27 left in this game. Cal Poly trailing by 3. We know it's hot. We hear folks asking the trainer for electrolytes right now. These guys are really running hard and giving it all they got.
And while they might be down, you've got to know that Cal Poly feels comfortable, after talking. Oh my goodness, and of course they're comfortable. What a shot by sophomore midfielder Jack Kramer, getting his shot and putting his team back within 2 here late, 3 minutes left.
That was the most incredible set of foot skills that I have seen today. He left his defenseman out in left field as he cut to the inside and had a huge shot right there. That brings the game back within 2. Clemson ahead 12, Cal Poly Mustangs at 10. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in this game.
Can we get a little late game magic from Guy Lyons? Oh, not over yet.
Jinxed him there, Patrick.
I don't know if I have any impact on this game whatsoever, to be fair. But I do know that I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying calling these games with you, Ryan. And I hope people at home are enjoying this as well. What a great opportunity to showcase these athletes and all their hard work.
Goalie's locking off at X now. We're going to see a double of the ball.
Wow.
Cal Poly's going to be approaching the ball as hard as they can. Oh, that would have been a good double team attempt. But Cal Poly was a little bit offside, and it's an easy inside roll right there for number 2, Garrett Brennan, sharing how great of a stick handler he is because he's able to take that pressure with a lot of poise and finds himself upfield and puts the ball at that.
Very similar to in hockey when you are late in a game, you pull your goalie to get an extra skater on the ice on your offensive end. This is kind of the reverse of that, taking their goaltender out to guard a player so they can get ready to double team on the ball. Unfortunately for Cal Poly, big number 2, Garrett Brennan, is up for the task to beat that double team, force the inside roll, and find some ball in the back of the net. Not over yet, though. Plenty of lacrosse to be played.
So 2 minutes, 25 seconds left in this game. It's just a battle every single face-off at this point for who's going to pick it up. I love seeing number 3, Cal Poly, Miko, picking up the ground ball right there. He's fighting for it. Cal Poly's going to slow things down with just about 2 minutes left in the game. They're going to get their offensive unit onto the field and see what they can generate through the midfield.
Certainly short time, but not something that Cal Poly isn't comfortable being in that situation. Unfortunately, they turned the ball over there, but I know for a fact that this Cal Poly team is going to continue to be resilient through this. As Coach Bobby DeBreo was talking to us before the game, he told us about how massive this senior class has been for him, fighting through adversity and really stepping up and leading from the field, holding the line, holding teammates accountable. And you hear it from the best coaches and players in the world, Coach Bill Belichick of the New England Patriots. Players play, and great teams are player-led, and this team is no different than that. Let's see if they can make plays on the field as they get the ball to the backside, and that, I believe, is a hat trick, if not 4, for Dominic Trageser.
Wow. Huge goal right there. Again, brings us back within 2, 13-11. Clemson with the lead. 1:23 left in this match. Both teams are giving it all. This face-off is absolutely critical right now. What are we seeing right now? Is it just a 50-50 battle, or are we seeing Guy trying to just play defense right here? What are you thinking, Patrick?
Clemson has been securing the clamp often. So for Guy, it's about trying to muck it up and either making sure he can't exit cleanly with the ball or swiping enough to get the ball out early. Their clamp is won by Clemson, but it's still not out of the park. They force him to go backwards. Oh, just out of the reach, but not out yet. Again, pull pressure. Number 4 picking up the ball there. Nice little flip. Let's see if it's a little bit too far for Costin Pendleton. No, it's not. He secures the ground ball in possession for his team. Shot clock is just lined up with the game clock.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Costin Pendleton seeing the double.
Oh, just battles right there. That's going
to be tough. Want to make sure these guys are competing. This is a Warriors game. Great respect for one of those opponents. They're getting real physical, but both players understanding that it's just part of the game. Yeah. Both competing here, both really emotionally invested in the outcome of this game. Great to see that from these guys, and just shows how important this is to them and how much they've battled the entire year to get to this opportunity. And We're about to find out in 56 seconds which of these two teams is going to continue on onto the next round. And there's really no telling on. Odds are definitely against Cal Poly right now. But like we've said multiple times in this broadcast, they've had their backs against the wall multiple times this season. They've looked adversity right down the barrel, and they said, "To heck with you. We're gonna show you what we got." So I'm excited to see what they go with here. Can't provide too much ball pressure, but maybe a little something, generate a shot and get a shot creation for, maybe they shoot it and get a turnover shot or a shot. Their goalie's been playing pretty well. Let's see if the senior can come up with some late game magic for the Mavericks.
Yeah, they're man down the rest of the
Mustangs.
game. They have to do something to try to generate a turnover.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of so many drills as a defenseman, just trying to figure it out. But you've got in Clemson, number 2, Garrett Brennan, who's very comfortable with the ball on his stick, able to handle the pressure from a very aggressive pull. And now we've got 25 seconds left in the match. Number 5, Costin Pendleton has done an excellent job as well, controlling the ball. If I'm Clemson, I'm looking for where the shorties are, though, and just trying to burn out the clock there. I guess that they're comfortable going to the goal as well, just putting one in the back of the net there. We've got 12 seconds left in the game. Clemson 14, Cal Poly 11. And that was a goal by number 19, Jacob Magnuson, as they take on a lot of pressure.
And that, if not for being his 4th, might definitely be his 3rd goal. So that's a hat trick alert from Jacob Magnuson out of the Kincaid School in Houston, Texas. Definitely putting on a show in front of his hometown fans here today. Just an unbelievable game for both of these teams. Such an honor for both of them to earn their right to come and play in this tournament. Although one team's season will end in tears of a little bit of agony, Cal Poly has to hold their head high. I mean, what just a tremendous way to come back and battle through adversity through their season and come to the national tournament, play a really good opponent in Clemson. And they did a lot of good things from an adjustment standpoint, from a scheme standpoint, to put themselves in the right positions. And they've got to be proud of the way that they battled. Came up a little bit short, but at the end of the year, everybody either does or they continue. And it's tough as you get these tough games. The margin for error is razor thin. And as a result, Clemson comes out with the W here. They're going to move on. We'll see them tomorrow again, and I think they're going to be an interesting matchup to see Minnesota tomorrow in the second round of the MCLA tournament. We're not on the call for that game, but man, if I could get over to that game, I would do just about anything, because that is going to be a dogfight, man.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be incredible. And these lacrosse games, they're 60 minutes. You have to play the entire time. You can't let your foot off the gas because it's anyone's ball game at the end of the day.
And just remember, the MCLA National Championships, that's where you're at, powered by New Balance Lacrosse and sponsored by official partners of Impact Canopy, Pearl Lacrosse Balls, Universal Lacrosse, and USA Lacrosse. Remember, folks, if you want to, you can interact with our official AI chatbot of the championships, Slash, by texting HI to the number 855-723-2686. And MCLA would like to thank the operations staff here at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex for assisting us with everything needed to produce a memorable experience for our student athletes. Just a tremendous game here from beautiful Round Rock, Texas. Can't say enough about the way these teams have battled here today, and what an honor it is to get to compete at this level and just continue to play with your boys that you're in the trenches with every day. And man, just what an honor to be able to call them here. Hope you guys are all enjoying yourselves. Don't go anywhere. We still got 2 more amazing matchups at the Division II level that are coming to you live here from Round Rock, Texas. So excited to bring them to you. About to have a quick interview with the winning coach here, Buff Grubbs, with our very own Ryan Burns.
Hey, congratulations. Can I get you for a quick interview?
Oh, sure.
Well, congratulations on a huge game right there. What do you attest to your guys' success right now? And we've got the camera right there looking at you.
That's great. Basically, second half, we got back to what we were doing, what works for us. Second quarter, our middies carried us. scored all 6 goals. We told the attack at halftime they had to tote their weight, and they scored all the goals in the third period. So, you know, we're blessed with being a balanced team on offense especially.
Well, you have to have a balanced team, and you have to have the buy-in from every single player as well. Can you talk about the buy-in that you guys have and what this season means, not only on the lacrosse field, but with what's been going on this season with everyone?
Okay. Yeah, it's tough right now, obviously. But it's important to us. We've been in this position before where we got off so slow start, and we know enough to believe in ourselves and just try to keep them on task. And having John Holcomb back, number 30, is a huge boost. You know, he didn't play real well today, but just having him on the field and having him on the sideline, hearing him, is a big add for us.
Oh my gosh, well, blessings to you guys and to John and his family, and just the resiliency that you guys have shown in this game, being able to come up, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Thank you.
And again, thank you to everyone that's here right now watching us. We'll be back in about an hour with another wonderful game of lacrosse.
Now we got a tie game once again. Great dodge by McGovern. Finds the cutter. Finds the back of the net. That's just great offense. And look at that placement on that shot. Cook, the hero, at the end of the game.
Now going to the championship. Look at that.
There's Stockneck as he stinks the corner. Finally figures Haynes out. Unbelievable. That's fantastic play. Juice.
That's smoke right there.
What a finish. That's the goal of the tournament. Holy cow.
Sports Center top 10 right there.
There's twice. He turns the corner. And he's fired up.
Get your tweets going. That's as good as it gets.
That's going to do it. Tommy